Hi everyone, welcome to today's English class. So today we are going to do the textbook activities of the lesson, How Far is the River? So last week you have already gone through the lesson. What was the lesson? Do you remember the summary of the lesson? What was the lesson? One boy, he is going to see the river which is far away from his house and after a big mountain. Has he seen the river? Yes, last he found the river and he was satisfied with that. So that was the story, how far is the river. So I thought you remember the summary of the lesson. So today we are going to do the textbook activities, going to discuss the textbook activities which is from page number 21 to 26. So all of you watch the video, watch this class along with your textbook and take your textbook page number 21. Then page number 21, the first exercise is talk about it. What? A. Work with your partner, read section 1 and tick the correct answers. Discuss and compare your answers with another pair of students. Share your answers with the class. So, they have given us 6 sentences that is taken from the stories section 1. So, before doing this activity, you have to read thoroughly the section 1. But then after that read the sentences and take the correct answer. For example, first one, the boy could or could not see the river from his house. From the story, and tell, has the boy seen the can see the river from his house? Could or could not? Could not is the right answer. So tick the answer could not. Then next one, there was a or was no mountain between the house and the river. At the beginning of the lesson we have seen that there is a mountain in between the river and the house of the boy. So which one is the right one? Was a or was no? Yes, there was a mountain between the house and the river. So take the answer was A. There was a mountain. Third one, the boy did or did not pass a milkman. The boy did or did not pass a milkman. True? No. He passed. He passed whom? You have to read the textbook and find out the answer. Then fifth one, his parents were going to be or were not going to be away all day. Whether his parents is absent for all day. Read the section 1 and find out the answer. Then sixth one, the last village on the way to the river was before or after the mountain? After the mountain, what is there? A river is there. So, the last village might be before the mountain. So, the last 3 sentences answer you have to find out yourself. Okay. Then moving on to the next activity. Read section 2. Tick the correct sentences and put a cross against the incorrect ones. Explain why you think the sentence is correct or incorrect. Share your answers with the class. So, that activity, 6 sentences were given there, that is taken from the section 2 of the story. So, you have to read the sentence and find out whether it is true or false. Then first one, the river was 20 miles away. Is it true or false? Yes, once in the lesson section 2 we can see that one girl is saying the river is 20 miles away. The sentence is true. Put a tick mark there. Then second, the boy would have to walk 14 miles to the river and back. No, that is false. Then third one, the boy had walked long distance before. Is it true? No, because before that the boy never walked more than 1 mile. So that boy is going to walk for a long distance. So the sentence is false. Fourth one, the woodcutter was worried about the boy. True or false? it's true because the woodcutter is saying what? That sentence, section 2. The boy passed the woodcutter and asked him how far is the river, and what the woodcutter said, he couldn't come back from the river because it's a long distance. The woodcutter tell to the boy, but the boy didn't listen to the woodcutter and he went away from there. Then after that the woodcutter is think about that when he is going back to the home, he want to check whether the boy is come back or not. So that fourth sentence is true. Then the fifth one, the boy was dizzy when he walked because he had not eaten. Find out yourself. Then the sixth one, the path went winding down the mountain. Find out whether it is true or false. Then next exercise, sum it up. Put a tick against what the story tells us. Put a cross against what it does not tell us. The first one, the name of the boy. Whether the lesson is telling or whether the story telling the name of the boy. No. So that one is wrong. The cross. Second one, how old he was. How old he was. Whether the story tell the age of the boy. Yes. So the sentence is, that words are true. The next one, why his parents were away. Whether the story is telling why his parents were away. Yes. Then the name of the river. Whether the river has a name. No. So false. Then fifth one, the color of his hair. Whether the story is telling the color of the boy. Yes, the brown color, isn't it? So the sentence is right. Then sixth one, whether he wore shoes. Why he didn't wear the about, why he isn't bare feet. It's true. Then seventh one, the details of the meal. What the food items he has in the home to eat. Whether the story tells it. Yes. So the sentence is true. The next one, the name of the village where he lived. Whether the story is telling the name of the village. No. That is false. So turn the page. Page number 22. The rest of the questions. Ninth one, the jewelry the village girl was wearing. About the bangles and the chains and the rings, whether the girl wear or not. Yes, the story tells it. So the sentence is right. Next one, the age of the village boy. The age of the village boy, not the boy in our story, the village boy who came with the sheep. True or false? No. The age of the village boy not telling in the story. The next one, the outfit the village boy wore. About the dress that the boy has wear. No, it's wrong. Then the 12th one, the name of his school. Whether he is studying or about his education has anything has tell in the story. No, it's wrong. Then the next one, the sound made by the river. And the next one, the color of the river water. So the last two one you have to do yourself. Find out the answer by yourself. Okay. Then moving on to the next one. Activity D. Work in groups of 4. Take turns to be the boy and explain in your own words. So there are 3 questions. So you have to explain the reason behind that and imagine that you are the boy. Imagine that you are the boy and you have to explain the reasons behind the sentences. First one, why you shared your bread with the village boy. First sentence is why you shared your bread with the village boy. So imagine that you are the boy. So you have to say as I shared the bread with that village boy because I understood that. Like that you have to say because I understood that the village boy is also hungry. If I share the meal, he also can take the food and we would be happy. That would be one reason. You can find your own reason. Okay. Then second one, how you felt after the village boy left you? When the village boy left, I feel very unhappy because I was alone there. Then that time I felt the tiredness. When the village boy with me, I didn't feel the tiredness. So after he left, I felt the tiredness. Then Third one, why you continued your journey to the river? The village boy also left, and after also you continued your journey to the river. Why? What reason will you say? Because I determined and I decided to see the river that day itself because my parents were not at home. So this is the best chance I ever have got. That's why I went to the river to see the river on that day itself. Whatever I am alone there, I want to see the river on that day itself. So these are the reasons that I have told, but you have to find out your own reasons behind those 3 sentences. Okay. Then next one, answer these questions. I will tell the answers now, but I have give the note later. First one, what stood between the boy and the river? A mountain. Then second one, why was the boy barefoot? Because he want to feel the soil and he want to feel the cold of the green grass. Then third one, what meal did his parents leave for him? Bread, a cup of milk and 2 eggs. Then fourth one, according to the village girl, how far was the river? The girl has told that 20 miles away. Then fifth one, what did the village boy say? The river is nearby. The village boy tell the way to the river. So that are the answers I will give. You no need to write those question answers. That one I will give. Okay. Then the next one also, tick the correct meanings of these phrases and sentences. First one, thickly you have to tick when I am saying the answer. Okay. As long as when I am saying the answer, you have to go with that. First question, thickly forested mountain. What do you mean by thickly forested mountain? There are 3 options. Go through that. First one, there were thick mountains near the forest. B, a thick forest grew on the mountain. Then C, a thick forest stood next to the mountain. Which is mean thickly forested mountain? So the answer is what? A thick forest grew on the mountain. We've said the phrase how thickly forested mountain. What do you mean by that? A thick forest grew on the mountains. The option B is the right answer. Second question, not because he couldn't afford shoes. The lesson we have seen that the boy is barefoot because why? He want to feel the soil, the grass and all. So he didn't want to wear the shoes. So what is the phrase mean? Look at the options given there. A, he did not have the money to buy shoes. Isn't so? No. Then he could afford to buy shoes. Then he liked shoes but had none. Which is the correct one? Not because he couldn't afford shoes. It is why? Because the option, second option B is the right one. He could afford to buy shoes but he didn't want to buy because he want to feel the cold and the soil and grass of the earth. The boy want to feel the cold of the soil and the green grass, so he didn't want to buy the shoe. He can afford a shoes but he is not willing to buy the shoe. So the option B is the right one. He could afford to buy shoes. Third one, here was the opportunity he had waited for. What was the opportunity the boy has waited for? Because he want to see the river and his parents were not at the home. If the parents were at the home, what happened? They would not allow him to see the river, going along to the river. They would not allow. So that day his parents were not there. That's why he is decided to go to the river that day itself. So the question is, here was the opportunity he had waited for. So what was the opportunity? First option A, this was not the chance he had waited for. B, the chance had been waiting for him. Then he had been waiting for such a chance. The phrase means what? He had been waiting for that chance, such a chance. Option C is the right answer. Then Fourth question, which was fairly accurate? Which was fairly accurate? Which one? It was quite correct. What do you mean by that? Which was fairly accurate? Look at the options. Option A, it was quite correct, or it was not really correct, or it was very wrong. Which is the right one? The first option. Option A is the right one. It was quite correct. The question is, which was fairly accurate? The answer is, it was quite correct. Take that answer. Then, fifth one, if someone had been with him, he would not have faulted. Options: A, if he had someone with him, he would not have stopped or hesitated. Or option B, though he was alone, he was not tired or discouraged. And same, he imagined someone was with him and felt encouraged. So which one is correct for that? If someone had been with him, he would not have faulted. So in the story, we can see that the boy is feel hesitated when that boy with the sheep left. The boy is hesitated that time. So what is the meaning of that? If someone had been with him, he would not have faulted. Which is the right option? That is option A. If he had someone with him, he would not have stopped or hesitated. It's the right answer. Then moving on to the next activity, think and answer. That one you have to do yourself. Which is that I'll give the answers later, but before that you have to send me the answers of that. Think and answer. First question, the river was far but the boy reached it. What does this tell you about the boy? The boy knew that the river is far away from his house and he wanted to walk a long distance. Again he walked for that, out for that to see the river. Why? Because the boy is very determined one. He is determined and he has a strong mind, he has a strong decision. That's why he reached the river. Think, if he dropped the idea in between the way, he can see the river? No. But he is a strong decision boy and that's why a very determined boy, and that's why he can see the river. He's seen the river. The second question, the boy did not notice the smarting of his feet and the heat of the sun. Why do you think the boy did not feel any pain or the heat of the sun? In the story, we can see that the story didn't felt any tiredness in between his walk to the river, because he has a name. The boy has a name towards the river, to see the river. So in between the aim, the other matters were not bothering him. Other matters not bothering him. That's why he didn't feel the heat of the sun and the pain of his feet. That's the reason behind that. So you have to find your own answer and send me the answers. The next activity is playing with the words. There are given a words table is there. Find the opposites of these words in the word set. So you have to circle the words of the opposite of the words they are given there. Float, listen, sleep, remember, receive, and ascend. So you can form the opposite of a word by adding dis to it. So displace trust, what? Distress. So displace float, disfloat. So like that you can find out the opposite of the word and have to write down on the black. Then the next activity is activity I. To which of these words can you add dis or dis to get their opposites? Circle them. So they are down there, have given some words. So you have to find out which words you can add dis to find out their opposites. So look in the board. Which are the words? Organize, loyal, extend, obey, make, steer, connect. So in these words you have to add dis to find out their opposite, but not every words. You have to find out which is matching for that. So the first one, you can add dis or to the organized, then you can see disorganized. Disorganized. Then loyal also, disloyal. So loyal is the another word. Circle it. Then extend, disextend. It's not correct. Then disobey, disobey. The teachers would say the students are disobey, isn't it? Disobey means what? Not obeying. So opposite of obey is disobey. You have to circle that one. The another word, dismake. Will you add dis plus make? No, that's not. Then stare. Is it correct with the disstare? No. Then connect plus disconnect. When we are saying about any electric matter, we would say disconnect of the wire. So which are the words you can add dis before the words to find their opposites? They are disorganized, then disloyal, disobey, disconnect. That are the words you can add dis for that. Okay. Then down, next example, exercise is J. Add in or un or dis or im to form the opposites of this word. So this like before the word add, which are them? In, and, dis or im to form the opposite. For example, the first word is visible. So how you can find the opposite of the word visible? By adding in. So here the word is given what? Visible. The blank is given there. So which one is must for to find out the opposite? In. Visible opposite invisible. Then next one, happy. Happy opposite. Unhappy. So what do you want to add? un. Then the next one, respect. Respect opposite? Disrespect. Then fourth one, advantage. Advantage, disadvantage. Disadvantage. So like that you have to find out the rest of them. And I will correct it. You have to find out yourself and will correct your answers. Okay. 10th page. Next one is grammar. So next you have to learn the grammar. Read the title. Which grammar you are going to learn? The pronouns and WH questions. The pronouns and WH questions. So what do you mean by pronouns? What do you mean by nouns? What do you mean by nouns? Nouns is used for what? Name of the thing or name of the people, name of a place. Like that, name of anything we can call noun. And pronoun is the words which is used instead of nouns. So, instead of nouns, the words we are used is called pronoun. Because whenever we are saying something, for example, Rahul is a good boy. A sentence. Rahul is a good boy. Then, next I am saying Rahul is studying in fifth class or class 5. So this is a sentence I am saying about Rahul. Rahul is a good boy. Then Rahul is studying in 5th class. Here did you notice one name is repeating. Which is that? Rahul. First we are saying Rahul is a good boy. Then again we are saying Rahul is studying in 5th class. So here the name of Rahul is repeating in the second sentence. Is it? Rahul is a good boy. Then Rahul is studying in class 5th. Then Rahul's home is in Kottayam, like that. The name is repeating. Is it good? when we are listening the name is again are repeating? No. So instead of repeating a name, you can use another words. So I am here writing Rahul is a good boy. Then above that I am writing he is studying in 5th class. I am writing what? He is studying in 5th class. So which word I used here? He. Which word I used here? He. So this he we can call as a pronoun. We can call pronoun. Why I called he as a pronoun? Because instead of repeating Rahul, the name Rahul, I used he. In the place of Rahul, I used he. So the he become the pronoun. Because why? Because Rahul is a name. It's a noun. Isn't it? Rahul is a name of a person. So Rahul is a noun. So instead of Rahul, before using the name Rahul, I used the word he. So he become pronoun. So what do you mean by pronoun? Instead of noun, the words which we are used, we call pronoun. Understand? Instead of the noun or repeating the names, we use some words that we are called pronouns. So here the sentence Rahul is a good boy. Already we told Rahul the name. So in the second sentence we didn't want to repeat the name. So we use the word he. So he become the pronoun. Okay, understand? The words which we used in the place of noun we call pronoun. So look into your textbook. In the box given there what? Words that are used in place of nouns are called pronouns. Which are they? He, she, them, us and we are some of the common pronouns. So whenever we are saying she is going to the school, them is us and we are studying in guidance public school. So what we are saying, we are not using the noun, we are using the pronouns. So which are the common pronouns? He, she, them, us and we. Then for example given there, the boy was walking to the river. The boy was walking to the river. He knew the river was there. Then he had heard of it from the villagers. They told him about the fish in it. So here the boy was walking to the river. Who is walking to the river? The boy. So in the second sentence, no need to repeat the boy again. So which pronoun is used there? He. Instead of the boy, the pronoun that is used there in the second sentence is he. He knew the river was there. Then he had heard of it from the village. Again he is there because there is not repeating the boy. Instead of that we using the pronoun he. Again he had heard of it from the village. What is that it mean? Because in the first sentence we have already told that the boy was walking to the river. So no need to repeat the river again. Instead of that we using the pronoun it. Using the pronoun it. Then the last one, they told him. To whom? The boy. So no need to repeat the boy again. So which pronoun we use? Him. What we use? Him. What about the fish in it? What is that it mean? The river. So here the next pronoun is used it. So here you can see for repeating, instead of repeating the boy and the name the river, what the pronouns they are used there? He, it, him, it. Understand? So instead of repeating the name of the boy, that is the boy, and repeating the name the river, there use the pronouns he, it, him and it. So, what do you mean by pronouns? The words which we use in the place of nouns we call pronouns. The words which we use in the place of nouns. That means we no need to repeat the nouns. So, we no need to repeat any person's name again and again in a sentence. So, instead of that we can use pronouns. So, pronouns means the words that used in the place of nouns. So, down you have some exercise given there. You have to write the pronoun which is underlined there. So some sentences are given there. Underline the underlined words, you have to write down the pronoun. First one, Prashant and Rohan are not at home. Prashant and Rohan are playing in the park. So in the sentence the names are repeated. Prashant and Rohan underlined there. So which is the pronoun we can use there? They are played in the park. So you can write instead of repeating the name you can write the pronoun they. So how the sentence would come? Prashant and Rohan are not at home. Then they are playing in the park. They are playing in the park, so they become the pronoun. The second one, Alpida loves to eat apples. Alpida has one every day. So the name is repeated Alpida in second sentence. So which pronoun you can use there? Alpida is a girl name. So you can use Alpida loves to eat apples. Then she has one every day. So which pronoun you can use? She. So above the underlined words you can write the pronouns. Okay. Third one, Shiv and Pia live in this house. Shiv and Pia moved here recently. So both two members are there. Which pronoun you can use? Instead of repeating the name, they. Two members are there, so you can use they. Fourth one, this crossword is not so easy, yet Mira has solved the crossword. So the crossword is repeating. So instead of the crossword in the second sentence, you can use what? In the example we used instead of river which pronoun? It. So here also we can use it. In the second sentence, the pronoun used is it. Instead of the crossword, we can use the pronoun it. Fifth one, my sister loves to swim. My sister is a good swimmer. So the second sentence, my sister is repeating. Instead of that, you can use the pronoun what? She. She. Then, sixth one, my dog has had a litter of puppies. I will keep one puppy from the litter of puppies. So from the litter of puppies is repeating. You can use the pronoun. Which one you can use? It. You can use instead of repeating the litter of puppies. Okay. Seventh one, Rita and Ranu are twins. Rita and Ranu will turn 5 next week. So the names will repeating in the second sentence. So instead of that names, what we can use the pronoun? They. Two members are there, so you can use they. Then the last one, my nephew likes cars. The toy truck is for my nephew. So which word is repeating there? Which name? My nephew. So you can use which pronoun? He, because already told that my nephew likes the cars, the boy truck is for my nephew. You can use he instead of repeating the word nephew. Then the next exercise, fill in the blanks with I or me again. The pronouns I and me. Then use in the blanks. First one, Aisha came to the park with I or me? Me. Aisha came to the park with me. Then second one, She and dash played on the swings. Who? She and I. She and I played what? On the swings. Fourth one, my mother had given dash some money to buy ice cream. My mother had given me. Then fourth one, my mother had given me some money to buy ice cream. Oh, third one, not me. Third one not done. Third one, we played on the seesaw. I enjoyed that very much. Which pronoun? I enjoyed that very much. Then fourth one, my mother had given me some money. Then the fifth one, dash used the money to buy ice cream for both of us. Who? I. Okay. Then the next one, the next grammar part you are going to learn is WH questions. What do you mean by WH questions? In English there are some WH questions. Which are they? Who, what, whose, when, where, and why. These are used to ask questions and the words is begin with WH. That's why we call these words WH questions. The questions which used with the what, where, whose, why, whom, why, when. These are WH questions because why? The words which is starting with WH. Then these words are called WH questions or WH words. They came at the beginning of questions. So, what was the boy looking for? Which is come there? WH questions or words. What? Then where, when, why, then whom, whose. WH words to use WH questions. Then what was the boy looking for? The river. Then where was the river? Behind the mountain. So who usually refers to people? Here also come. Who is used to whom? To refer the people. Who is with you? Or who is your brother? Or who is your best friend? So who is used with people. Then what can refer to people as well as objects. What you can use with people and objects. Okay. For example, who was walking to the river? The boy answered. Then what did the boy take with him to eat? Bread. So the what we can use with the people and objects and who is used with the people. Then moving on to the next page, page number 25. Then activity what? Page number 25, first one. Complete these questions using the correct WH words. So the first one, dash do you live? So which WH word you can use there? Where do you live? You can use where. Where do you live? Second one, dash did you have for lunch? What did you have for your lunch? Then third one, dash went with you to the park. Who? To the people where we are using? Who? Who went with you to the park? And the fourth one, dash did you go to watch the football game? Where did you go to watch the football game? Fifth one, dash have you been? Where have you been? We can ask where have you been? So The next one you have to do yourself. What is that? Working pairs, read the invitation card. So down have given one invitation card. Take turns to ask and answer 5 questions using what, who, when, where and why. So using that WH words you can ask one question and find out its answer from the poster. Okay, what you want to do? Read the inviting card and using the WH words what, whom, when, where and we. Make a question with that and find out its answer from that inviting card. Okay. The next one is write it right, how to do yourself. That is use punctuation marks and capital letters where necessary. We have already done in the last year class. Okay, isn't it? Punctuation you know. If the sentence must start with a capital letter and the names of the nouns will be in capital letter. A sentence must end with a full stop. Then if any questions are there, end the sentence with a question mark. Like that, do the punctuation mark in that paragraph. Turn the page. Next one, listen and speak. Your teacher will read and some sets of words. Each belongs to a group. Write the correct group name. So listen to what I am reading. Okay. You have to write down what? You have to write down each set belongs to a group. Write the correct group name. So what is that? First one, oak, sandalwood, banyan, pine. First one, oak, sandalwood, banyan, pine. Second one, milk, bread, rice, honey. Milk, bread, rice, honey. Third one, hockey, tennis, cricket, swimming. Hockey, tennis, cricket, swimming. Fourth one, hyena, buffalo, bear, yak. Hyena, buffalo, bear, yak. Fifth one, kingfisher, vulture, crow, crane. Kingfisher, vulture, crow, crane. Sixth one, circle, square, oval, rectangle. Circle, square, oval, rectangle. So here given some words, a set of words you have to find out which group it belongs and how to write down on page number 26. First activity. Okay. Once again I am reading the sets. Listen carefully. First one, oak, sandalwood, banyan, pine. Second one, milk, bread, rice, honey. Third one, hockey, tennis, cricket, swimming. Fourth one, hyena, buffalo, bat, yak. Fifth one, kingfisher, vulture, crow, crane. Sixth one, circle, square, oval, rectangle. Okay, write down the group which they belong. So next one is what work in pairs you have to do yourself, that is speaking time. You have to send me the voice. What? Read this newspaper report about the young boy. Now imagine that you are the young boy and take turns to tell each other what you saw and did. So there have a given a news report about a 10 years old boy. So read the newspaper report and imagine that you are the boy and you have to say what you have seen there. Okay, send me the voice. So the last one you have to write to yourself. Imagine you are the boy in the story who finally saw the river. Imagine that you are the boy who went to see the river. So describe in 5 sentences what you saw when you reached the river bank. Then how you felt when you see the river. So imagine that you are the boy and went to see the river and explain what you saw when you reached the river bank and how you felt. So this was the textbook activities, the textbook question answers and the word meanings I will give, and those who are sending me the activities picture personally which is done, I will give the right answers and I will give the corrections. So go through the textbook activities and do it perfectly. Read the lesson neatly. Okay. Thank you.